All right. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Angie Harper here, coming to you from Queen Creek, Arizona. And as always, Mondays are my very, very favorite day of the week because I get to see all of your beautiful faces.
Okay,
Um,
Abby,
oh,
I'm on a call.
make sure everybody's recorded here. Ella's on a call. Okay, everybody muted? All right, let's get going here. I'm really excited to talk about this. We really don't have any announcements, by the way. We're just going to get straight to it because I have a special guest. But tonight's topic is all about social media. It's about how, sometimes some of us think that we're just posting images of product and we think that that is going to result in a sale. Those of us that have been around a long time know that there is so much more to it than that. We have to start treating our business as a business, right? And that a big part of our business, whether you like it or not, it's the year 2024, and a big part of it is social media. Now, I have a special guest I wanted to bring on right in the beginning because she and I really, we've been with LifeVantage for around the same number of years, but we have built our businesses, you guys, completely differently. Now, I've built my business for the past 8 years, really belly to belly, and being in people's homes, and creating relationships with people that I've already known. A lot of you know my story. I was a former small business owner out in California. I ran a mobile gym for kids, and I did that for 9 years. Prior to that, I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years. And throughout both of those professions, I created relationships with people so that when I segued into network marketing in the year 2016, it wasn't like even though this was my first, venture in network marketing, I really wasn't starting from scratch in the sense that I already had a network of people that, that trusted me, that knew me, that, some of them hopefully liked me. And it wasn't, super difficult for me just to start sharing my heart and start sharing stories authentically. And it kind of blew up from there. And, it took me 2 years to hit the elite ranks simply by doing that, by fostering relationships and sharing my story, my product story mainly. I led with product, I did in the beginning. And so I wanted to bring on, her name is Erika Dale, very good friend of mine. Her husband and my husband are tight. They have so much in common. And I love her story. I love how both she and her husband have built a very successful business. Now, Erica started, you guys, she started LifeVantage with $226 in her bank account. Okay, does that give you chills? It gives me chills every time I hear it. At the time, she was a gym manager of a gym, and she was barely surviving. She made a decision to do what it took to be successful with the systems that LifeVantage offers, right? And she's been able to take control of her health. She has an incredible health story also, and her wealth. And she and her husband, Jesse, live in Indiana with their French Bulldog puppies, Kona and Khalifa. But they split their time between Indiana and Florida. They go to Florida every winter. They've got a lot of successful Airbnbs. And so exciting, probably the best news of her entire life. They just had their first baby, little boy Shiloh, and LifeVantage has given her a platform to create a solid six-figure income, right, month after month. It's given them both so many options to truly design the life that they've always wanted, and they're living out their passions and they're helping people. And I know that this past month she earned 2 tracks, so she's out there, she's doing the do. She's an EC1, it's an elite level position. Erika Dale and baby Shiloh on his very first call. Let's all give them a warm welcome. Are you out there?
Thank you.
Hi,
Yes,
look at her and multitasking, you guys.
he's asleep. Here, you can see
I
him.
I did ask her if she could be breastfeeding and cooking dinner while she did our call, but she told me no. So
Listen, I was really thinking we were gonna have to be breastfeeding moving into
darn it.
this. He was getting pretty antsy, but he's asleep. So,
Good.
but I haven't cooked since I had him, so that's out of the
That's
question.
good. Hey, you don't need to.
Oh, but no, this is his first call, so you guys are very special. He's not
I'm
been
so
on any of our team
excited.
calls since he came out.
Gotta take a picture. Okay. All right, Erica, lay it on us. What did you do? How did you build your business? Why has social media been so integral for your business in particular?
Yeah. So when I first got started, guys, like Angie mentioned, I mean, I was working 60 hours a week. I know some of you can probably relate to that. And as a gym manager, your hours aren't 8 to 5. Like I would go to the gym sometimes at 8 or 9 in the morning, and I sometimes wouldn't leave till 8 or 9 at night. There was no real consistent schedule. So the idea of going out and building a network marketing company in the traditional sense, belly to belly, meetings, all of that, I didn't have the capacity to do that. And so I took a lot of what we know in the traditional systems and just put that online, took that to social media. But like Angie said, she had done the work. She had built the relationships in the network. I had to go and do that online. And I love social media, but what I will tell you is if you're new to it, I want to make sure that you have the right idea behind it, because a lot of people will come to me and they'll say, well, I want to build on social media because it's easier. And I'll tell you that that is so far from the truth. It is much harder, you know, creating connection, creating friendships through a screen is just a lot harder. And so what you really need to be doing, instead of just posting and praying or posting and being a marketing for LifeVantage, you guys, you do know, like, yes, we represent LifeVantage, but at the end of the day, you represent you. And how you're going to build a successful business here is by getting people to want to be what you're doing, to be with you, to be a part of what you've got going on. And you're going to do that by attracting the people that are like you. And so a lot of times we get so fearful of putting ourselves out there or being vulnerable because we want people to like us. Here's the thing, not everyone's going to. It's just the long and short of it. But a lot of people will. And they're going to like you because you're genuine, because you're not afraid to be vulnerable, because you have something that they're interested in. And it did take me a little while to figure that out, Angie. It wasn't just like, oh, I just know how to create a brand and I'm going to get on Facebook and do it. I did not have a huge following. I was not an influencer. I really just started from scratch. And so I tell you that because I want you to know that wherever you are in your journey, whether you're brand new to social media or maybe you feel like you've been doing it all wrong after hearing some of the things tonight, it doesn't matter. You can totally start from ground zero and figure it out. But you've got to build a brand. And I think what people get a little bit lost in when they hear that is they think of brands like Nike or even like LifeVantage, right? And it's like, well, how am I going to build a brand? No, I don't have anything to build around. No, your brand is you. When you can post on Facebook tonight, when you think about me, what are 3 things that come to mind? And make sure you clarify that you want them to take nouns to you, because some people will just say, oh, you're pretty and you're kind and you're sweet, but it doesn't really help you to build your brand. So when I think of like Angie, for example, when I go to her social media, I see fitness, I see her family, I see her kids. Christy, I see, like beauty and skincare. I see being a grandma. I see travel. So what are you putting out on your social media? Because that is your brand. And it's not LifeVantage. Now you should drip that in. People got to know that you have something. They've got to know that there is a product, there is an opportunity. But if you're posting, I would say even 60-40, LifeVantage being the heavier end, you've got to flip that. I would go as far as saying you should post 80% you, who you are, what you're doing, what you have, all of that, and 20% drip in the product or drip in the opportunity.
Thank God you said that, because that's in my training.
Well, good. See?
We didn't talk about that.
Yes. But where you can be really, really heavy on product or opportunity or whatever it is you want to run with is in your stories. And the thing I'll tell you about stories is you don't just, again, it's still similar. Don't just post a picture or post a bottle of Axio or old school hand cream. Don't know why I still have that here. Post the story, tell the story, right? So if you're sharing testimonies or you're sharing before and afters, don't just post 3 beautiful before and afters, what collagen has done for people. Then give them the story. What is it? Give them a little background, give them a little education, give them a way to connect with you. Do they want more information, right? Have a call to action with that. But at the end of the day, for me, it was really building up my network, getting to the like. And I say that with caution because it's not about people liking me. It's about connecting with them enough that they're like, I want to be a part of whatever she has going on. Right. And so there's a book out there called 1000 True Fans. I believe that's it. And basically he talks about like, you don't need 10,000 followers. You don't need 1,000,000 followers. You need 1,000 true fans so that when you do share a product, you do share an opportunity, your 1,000 true fans are like, what is it? Tell me more. I want that. Oh, there's a limited Axio. I'm buying that. So that's where you're trying to get on your social media. Don't worry about how many likes you're getting or how many comments you're getting. Like you will get so bogged down
I'm
in
so
that
glad you
rat
said
race.
that. I think so many people get so caught up in that and how many followers they have and how many likes. And if they post something and there, there's 2 likes, their mom and their, best friend,
Yeah.
then they get really discouraged and they quit. So I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. I signed up 2 consultants last month because I will tell you, I didn't completely like go off the grid. It's just not my personality, but I barely touch my business. This is the second time I've sat at this computer since I had him. But I signed up 2 consultants. Why? Because they've been watching what I'm doing, because the foundation has been laid. And I earned 2 tracks, not because I was out there. I mean, I don't even think I really posted a whole lot about LifeVantage, but because people have been watching over time. The one consultant, I've known her forever. I've vaguely touched about the business, over time, but never really pushed it. And then she just came to me last month and said, hey, I want to get started. And then another girl, I literally just connected with her on Facebook. She had a post up about migraines. I reached out to her and she ordered on the spot last month or April. And then in May, she put a post up on her own. It was a post of collagen because she's not a consultant. She doesn't know what she's doing. But she had 3 people comment, like, what is it? I'm interested. And so I said, hey, are you interested in money? Yep. And she upgraded like that. But it was because of the consistent and the quality of what I'm putting out there, right? Attracting people that are like me or that will quickly connect with me.
And
So
Erika,
that's really what I did,
how
Angie.
long have you been doing this?
I joined LifeVantage in October of 2015. I was in a network marketing company for 3 years prior to that, but never really building on social media. And so it's fun to go back. Like I go to my memories every day. And I'll tell you what, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, my social media was really, really bad. So again, don't beat yourself up about wherever you are. I'm
You got to
talking
start
like
somewhere. Yeah.
watching The Bachelorette tonight. Like those were my posts. Like who cares, right? But if you can go from that to making $12,000 a month, like you can do it. Anyone can do it.
I love it. Erika, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you from Jesse and that precious baby. What time is bedtime? I know it's like what, 8 o'clock in Indiana.
We don't really have, oh yeah, it's 8:15. He's on the whole cluster feeding for probably the next 3 hours.
Don't worry about schedules at this age, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
not quite there, but he's good. He sleeps well. I mean, I have to wake him to feed at night, so
Oh,
I'm
well,
getting
thank
decent
you
sleep.
for coming on our call. Our call
My
is
pleasure.
Shiloh's first call, and that's a huge honor for all of us. So, Erika, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're
Thanks,
welcome to hang
Erica.
out and listen. Hi, Mom. But guys, I'm gonna get going to my training, and really it's gonna piggyback on what Erika just said. I think her tips are just crucial because she's done it. Now I'm not gonna lie. Have I built on social media? I have built on social media, but over the past 8 years, I'm still to this day working on my warm market. Okay, I'm still enrolling people that I have known for years in some capacity. I have yet to, I could probably count on one hand, honestly, the number of strangers I have enrolled through social media. And that is going to be my challenge to myself over this next year, is to try to figure that out, figure out how to reach people, how to reach my cold market, right? Cold market is people that you do not know, and how to turn them from a cold market into a follower and then into a customer, right? And so I think we all have to kind of change what we're thinking. I'm going to share my screen here. Change how we're viewing our social media and how we're using our social media, because at the end of the day, it's a business, right? And if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. So the title of tonight's training is Posting Isn't Marketing. And we're going to go through some tips on what you can do today to build your business on social media. And to follow up on what Erika said, it's all about branding, right? You're selling yourself. It's not about Protandem. It's not about collagen. It's not about LifeVantage. It's about you. So you need to figure out who you are. You need to figure out your audience, who you're speaking to, and then just stay consistent with that, right? Find your pillars. Now Instagram and Facebook, you guys, are a little bit different. On Instagram, they really want you to find a niche, right? And to only post about that niche. I follow a girl with curly hair. She has over 1 million followers. Every single day, she's posting about curly hair. It's hard for me to wrap my head around posting about the same thing every single day. But the successful influencers on Instagram are doing that. They have a niche. Christy could be talking about skincare every single day, over and over and over again. And that's going to draw her audience to her. Now, my people are on Facebook. Right? You know, I'm almost 50. That's my age demographic. My people are on Facebook. I have a lot of success in building my business through Facebook over the last 8 years. And I know my audience and my audience knows me, right? So my pillars, right? Health and wellness. I'm a sports mom. I love all sports. I'm a boy mom. I'm a Navy mom. I love adventure. I love travel, fun in the sun. I'm a patriot. I'm not afraid to speak my opinion on social media, and that might, you know, weird some people out, and that's okay. If that's not your pillar, then don't do it. But for me, it is my pillar, and those are my people, and those are my people that speak back to me. And guess what? Those are my customers, right? So I'm not going to appeal to everybody, and I'm not trying to appeal to everybody. But I encourage all of you to do a social media checkup, right? How many friends do you have? Do you want to turn your Facebook page from a regular, you know, private or public Facebook page into a professional Facebook page, which means you're a creator, which means people can follow you. They don't necessarily have to send you a friend request. They can follow you. And then guess what, you guys? As you build your following, when you're posting videos, you can actually monetize those videos, and Facebook will pay you for the number of people watching your videos, which is pretty cool. Make sure your profile picture is a nice, clean, professional picture of yourself, right? Not you and your dog or you and your cat or your kids. Make sure it's you. And then just like Erika said, I'm an 80-20 person. 80% of the time, my posts are stories, right? I can take anything. I can take an old memory. I can take a, you know, thing of Axio. I can take my dog and I can turn it into a story that's going to relate to my audience, right? I like to sometimes keep it fun and funny. I definitely like to keep it engaging. I post about lifestyle a lot. Questions. I remember Senya had a question on her Facebook page a couple months ago. And the question was, what's your favorite mascara? You guys, she got over 100 people commenting their favorite mascara. And now, did she really need a mascara? Probably not. I don't even know if she bought one from one of the suggestions. She'll have to tell us. But that's 100 people that she can now engage with and talk to, right? It could be on that post, or it could be through Messenger or through text, but they've then reached out to her and they've given her permission to engage with them, right? And then 20% of the time, you can talk about product and business. I still, if you're new to LifeVantage, I still wouldn't talk about the name of products, and I wouldn't talk about the name LifeVantage. You have to learn curiosity marketing, attraction marketing. Those of us that have been around a long time, the cat's out of the bag. It's kind of, you know, pointless for us not to say it. But in the very beginning, I think it's important not to, number one, turn your warm audience off right away. Oh God, here she is selling that yellow pill like everybody else. You have to really kind of take them through the process, I like to say. And the purpose of posting is not to make a sale, right? The purpose of posting is to create curiosity, to increase desire, to get you engagement on your post, to create interest, and to create conversation. So I want you to silently repeat after me. You cannot have customers without conversations. Okay? You can't have customers without conversations. Posting. There are 4 E's in posting: entertaining, educational, enlightening, and engaging. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of posts that I've done recently that have done really well, and that I think every single one of them has resulted in customers for me. So after 8 years in this business, I have not had 1 month where I have not had at least 1 customer, and hopefully 1 consultant as well. And all of that comes from my posts on social media. So here's one. I took Axio and I compared it to Prime. I had 21 comments on it, 26 likes, 2 people shared it, which is awesome. If you can get people to share your post, that increases eyes, it increases engagement, it boosts your post, and that resulted in, I think, 2 customers from that post. And then my beautiful mother, I know she's going to kill me for having this in here too, but look at that, 44 comments, 76 people interacted with it, and 7 people shared it. Now, the story, I didn't just post her picture and say, try collagen, right? I posted her picture and I told a story about her journey, about her, her health, her saying, oh, I'm 71, collagen's not going to help. And what happened? People out there related to it, right? And I got a couple collagen customers from that. Now, here's some questions, right? Just something super simple. What's something you did as a kid that you never see kids doing today, right? That's a fun one. I had 67 people commenting. Did I get a sale from that? Probably not. But I had people that I can interact with, I can comment back to, maybe people that I haven't seen or heard from in a long time. And then this one was last week. Holy moly. Look at that, you guys. I know we're all feeling the same thing right now, right? We all have a pain point, and that pain point is the economy, right? It just is, it's a fact. So my husband and I just found out that our car insurance went up $2,400, went up $2,400 with 0 notice, right? And so I just posted about it because, wow, that's real life. Every single person that drives a car can relate to that, because it's not just happening in Arizona and California, it's happening everywhere. 203 people commented on that. 100 people liked it. Did I get a say? Actually, yes, I did get a customer from that. I did. A girl that I hadn't talked to in years from Brentwood. She and I started talking just about this, and then it led to, what are you doing? So see, it's just starting conversations, right? And here are the objectives. Every time you post, you have objectives, right? Objective number 1 is lead generation. And you're going to get that from posting on your page, from posting in groups. I hope all of you are a member of some group. It could be 1 or 2 or 3, but find something that you're interested in. I don't care if it's, travel, photography, gardening, health and wellness, whatever. There's so many groups out there. I'm in a group right now with, gosh, there's over 200,000 people in this group. It's a health and wellness group for women over 40. Every single day, people are asking, what kind of collagen do you use? What's your favorite protein powder? Do you use probiotics? Every single day. Now, I've gotten, I think, 3 customers from that group, but the point of that group really is just for me to get eyes on my page, right? And hopefully bring them from that group over to my group where I can then sell. And that has to do too with commenting and interacting on people. This works really good on Instagram. If I have a post on Instagram, I'll go to some people that I follow that have large followings that, that meet my pillars. We have a lot in common. And I'll just comment on their posts. And it never fails. I get followers from that because they see me. You guys all do this. You see somebody post, you click on their name, you check out their bio. And it results hopefully in them, if they like what they see, in them following you, right? So after lead generation comes lead nurture. Once you bring them into your group, or they friend you on Facebook, then you're going to have to nurture them, right? And that comes through private messaging for me. Probably 100% of my interactions are through private messaging and asking questions. A lot of times I'll see somebody say on a post, I'm interested in what you're selling. And what do? They immediately send a video, right? Or they immediately throw up all this information about that product. That's not the way to go, right? You have to make it about them, not about you. So the first thing I do is I ask questions, right? Every single person I talk to, the very first, like I always tell somebody, you're not gonna marry somebody on the first date, right? So drag it out, right? Make it about them. Ask them, what are you currently taking, right? Either supplement wise or prescription. And what are your health issues? Because so often they might be asking me about collagen, but they're spending money on probiotics or prebiotics, or they're really into skincare. Like, have a conversation, talk about their goals, and then you can tailor. If you're going to send them a cart, that's great. You can tailor that cart to them. And then this conversation, it can go on for a couple days, it can go on for a couple weeks. Guys, I have people that I've been talking to for years. They've been watching me post for years. Never once have they asked me anything. Just this past month, I've had a couple of people reach out. Okay, I'm finally ready. I mean, my friend Shelly, I've known her for 15, 20 years. She's been watching me post. Finally, she said, okay, I'm ready. Right? So it's all in their timing, right? So that's nurturing your leads. And then, of course, lead conversion, probably the hardest step, right? I get this question all the time. Okay, I have someone interested. What do I do now? What do I send them? Right? And that's up to you. We have so many videos out there. I'm not a huge video sender, I'm going to be honest, but if I do send a video, it's probably going to be the one that is on our main shopping site, the new 2-minute activation video, just really easily and simply explains what activation is. Or I might send biohack and activate. It just kind of depends on the person. And then, of course, following up is so important. And I think a lot of people don't really understand how many times it's going to take for you to follow up. 80%, you guys, 80% of routine sales occur after the 5th follow-up. Okay. So if you're giving somebody information, checking back once, checking back twice, and then stopping, which I know a lot of us are doing, keep going. Okay. 5 follow-ups minimum, could be more than that, right? Then you're going to send the shopping site. I do send carts to people, but I really just like to send my site first, because I like them to scroll around and to kind of maybe see something that they didn't know I offered. Our site has so much information. I don't think people utilize it enough. It's got videos in there. It's got frequently asked questions, and then we're going to really just kind of hopefully close them in an authentic and real way and help them on the road to better health, right? Because that's ultimately our goal. And don't forget to always talk about the business opportunity as well. I think a lot of people are afraid to say, hey, if you become a consultant, you're going to save 20% off of retail pricing, and all of these products that I know you're going to love, they then become a tax write-off, right? Our products can be tax deductible. Check with your accountant. That's not tax advice. But I think people are too afraid to really talk about the business. And I know I was in the beginning too, so I know how you feel. But I've since learned that, we owe it to people to tell them that there is a business opportunity attached with this, right? And so engaging with your audience, commenting, asking key questions, adding the Vitality Rocks. And then, guys, a lot of us on this call right now are admins for Vitality Rocks. And we see a lot of people just being added to Vitality Rocks without being tagged in anything, right? So if you've ever just been added to a group, do you ever really interact with that group? Especially if you didn't give permission to be added to the group. We always try to get permission. But then it's really important to take them through that journey, right? We have I put the activation video, actually. I pinned it in the top of Vitality Rocks. So if you're going to add somebody to Vitality Rocks, please tag them in it. Welcome them, let them know that they can use the search area. They can search on anything they want, from arthritis to fibromyalgia to, acne, whatever it is. Make sure that they know that that is a resource for them and that you're there to answer questions, okay? And then in closing, following up, sending your site, sending your cart, checking in as often as you can, because once they become a customer, please don't forget them. If you missed the call this morning, I was just listening to Stu and Carrie's call, and I forgot the lady's name, but she was talking about what Sherry Martin does. And hopefully Sherry can do a training for us on project broadcasts and how important it is to keep in communication with your customers, to talk to them, to tell them about new products that are coming. I don't even know how many customers we probably have that knew nothing about the free products that have been sent out, right, every single month for the past 4 months. And that's where we come in, right? Our job is not just to get the sale and close it, but our job is to nurture them and coach them and stay in communication with them as long as it takes until they stop ordering. And even after that, I reach out to people all the time that don't order anymore and say, hey, just wanted to let you know, we have, 2 new Axio flavors. I know you loved Axio in the past. What do you think about giving this a try, right? So here's my challenge to you guys, okay? For next week. Are you ready? Because next week, I'm going to have another special guest. And this guy is really, really good at sales. He's really good at closing, and he's very good at overcoming objections. So my challenge to you is to go out there this next week, and I want you to turn some of your warm market people, right? Turn them into customers. And I want you to turn some cold market people into friends or followers, right? I want you to get to know your audience. I want you, drop a 1 in the chat right now if you're willing to create a video. It could be a 30-second video. It could be in your stories, or it could be in a reel. Thank you, John. John's the only one, huh? Okay, Ella, thank you. Sherry. Okay. Because video is what's going to get people's eyes on your content. As uncomfortable as it is, thank you, Jane. Jane, you're not uncomfortable doing video. You do video a lot. As uncomfortable as it is, it's the key to getting followers. People want to know who you are, and what better way than to do that through video, right? So that's my call to action for you guys, right? Is everybody willing to do that? Thank you, Carrie. Okay, we've got a few people, and I'm going to check back with you guys next Monday when we're talking about closing, and we're talking about overcoming objection. It's too expensive, right? We're going to address that. We're going to give you guys some key verbiage and what to say and how to overcome objection. Thank you, Jess. All right. So with that, I want you guys to go out there. I want you to be you. I want you to be real. I want you to please be authentic. I want you to be bold. I want you to be brave. Chrissy Amaral, you're not muted. I want you to be tough. And most importantly, please, everybody out there, Team Vitality, I don't care if you've been here 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, 10 years. I just want you to keep going. Can you promise? Don't promise me. Promise yourself. Okay? Promise yourself that no matter what happens, no matter how many likes you get, no matter how many friends and family members laugh at you, can't believe you're doing this pyramid scheme, no matter what people come at you with, I want you to have thick skin. I want you to be tough, and I want you to keep going. Okay? So with that, I would like to thank everybody for joining us on tonight's Monday night call, and we will see you next week. I love you all. Thank you. Have a great night.